All right. Now that we have selected this one to go with, what was that I just saw? Because I did enter the specific. So you can see, isn't that interesting? By just entering, the moment I entered the solicitation ID, you can see the pre-solicitation. The pre-solicitation, I don't know when it went out. You see, the pre-solicitation went out in February 29, and here they are posting the actual solicitation in about a month's time. So this just plays into exactly what we're talking about. They will normally send out, not all the time, but they do this very so often. It is a better paradigm to get an actual and a more factual, concrete idea of what the government should be budgeting for this opportunity. So they just did that, and this is the one we will be looking at. So I did take the liberty, of doing a couple of cold calls and having spoken to some of the potential subcontractors online over the phone. Um, that is cold calling. If you know what cold calling is, if you are in marketing, sales, customer support, some of you will know what cold calling is all about. It's basically just calling, you know what is cold calling? Make an unsolicited call on someone by phone or in person in an attempt to sell a good or service. In this case, what are we selling? We're selling a government contracting opportunity. Make sense? So that's what I've been doing. While some people can use email, I just find that email sometimes tend to be slower in terms of response. Because what do we know about this opportunity? When we look at it, this opportunity is due April 2nd. And right now, what is that? We have barely 6 days or so to put in this bid. So I really don't want to play that wait game with email. So I just went ahead and called them. And if you remember what exactly we did, we went ahead and looked for this. That was the search. And we found a couple of businesses, you know. So most of them, while very few of them had websites, most of them had phone numbers. And I did call up a couple of them. So when you're going to call them, you just don't go on here because you see a couple of businesses and you just start calling every single one of them. There has to be some criteria, some metrics you use in deciding who you want to call, you know. And one of those is going to be the ratings, obviously. And it's not just about these numbers. You also may want to click on it and actually see what people are saying about them. You know, you really want to do that. You want to see what are they saying. Just look at those. So these are fairly recent too, because again, imagine you click on a business profile on Google and then on looking at it, you see ratings from 2 years ago, and they tell you they're still in business. While that is also a possibility, but that tells you that just causes you to raise an eyebrow. But let's go ahead. So what we will be looking at today is how to better tailor our documents, the documents we will be sending out to them. And you do remember I did say some of the tools you will be needing to be successful. You don't necessarily some of the tools that will make it easier for you to be more successful in this field is Adobe Premiere, Adobe Acrobat. This is a professional version. With this professional version, it does give me the ability to edit document requests for signature. It just gives you a whole lot of possibilities. A whole lot. So with the free version that is available online, you don't have a lot of these options. But because this is a professional version, I have all of this. I can literally do e-sign with this. But you could still do e-sign with DocuSign if you have that. But with me having this is what I need. This is what I need. It helps back and forth with the subcontractors. If we have to sign a document, it's very easy. Everybody has a smartphone. Everybody has access to the internet. In the United States, that is. In other parts of the world, I'm not sure. But for the most part, I would like to think if you have a smartphone, then you might just have access to internet. If you are watching this video, you have access to the internet. So you can add, you see that, you can add a couple of things in there. I've used this just once, but that is how powerful this tool is. This is how powerful it is. So just say I should bring that to your attention. All right. So here it is. First of all, we do remember what is the criteria on which these specific. So you remember this is the amendment that was made. The amendment was made because people did send in a couple of questions, most definitely, or probably after the solicitation had gone live. They were asking if there were any incumbents and probably the previous amount of the contract. And the federal government basically is just saying, no, this is probably the first one, which I don't believe them, but if they say so, good and fine. And they are saying there was no incumbent. So right now, this is just probably the base here. And maybe from here on out, this is going to be a recurrent. It will be, because this is like a 3-year contract. What is the square footage? Everything was. Please refer to the approximate square footage listed below. Who supplies consumable for the bathroom, kitchen, blah, 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 blah. As stated in the worker statement, the contractor shall provide all supplies. If we provide consumable, do we invoice for them at the end of the month? Your cost of consumable should be accounted for in your unit pricing. You can see that. Will only one vendor be selected for all 6 locations? Yes. If the government awards this solicitation, only one contractor will be awarded this contract. What is the current total monthly cleaning invoice cost for 6 locations? The government will now provide current total monthly cleaning invoice costs. You see, because if the government was to provide that, what is to say they're going to have a better deal? So the government is not that dumb as much as we'd like to make them think they're dumb. They're not going to provide us that information. Are there specific requirements for past performance? No, there are no specific requirements for past performance. In as much as they say this, it is up to you to do your due diligence. So yes, in as much as we want to put in this bid as fast as possible, you as a middleman, don't you think past performance makes you sleep better knowing that whoever you're selecting has what it takes to do the job? Remember, like I told you, the fact that you select somebody and you have a winning bid doesn't mean you are going to be successful in that contract, because what if that person was to renege on that contract midway? What happens to you then? So you want to know they have the capacity. And what are some of the matrices we talked about to know if they are capable of handling such a capacity or such task? Their past performance is going to help. So we will be requiring the past performance from all our potential subcontractors. And one of the subcontractors I call, they already knew about this. They already knew about this, meaning people are out here. People are making calls. I didn't spend up to 2 minutes on the phone with that person. And the person was just straight up, is it about the 6 locations? Go ahead and send me an email. They knew. Isn't that interesting? So while you're sleeping, people are making calls. That is the game. But remember, the game is not all about how fast. It's not all about how fast. you know. So in my case, in this, as much as it's gonna take me time, I have contacted 10 potential subcontractors, and I will wait. Most of them seem very responsive, so I will be waiting on their pricing, and then from their pricing and past performance, I will be selecting who to go with. So mind you, not necessarily, in as much as the government says this is going to be based on price alone, that's not what my own criteria is going to be based on. Mine is not just going to be based on price, it's going to be based on capacity. If I were the one doing the job, then I know if I'm giving the government a price, I will stick with that price. But in this case, it's rather unfortunate. I'm not the one performing the job. So while price is a good thing, but it's not just going to be all about price. So here we are. So what page is this? Scope of work, that is page 5. Okay. We will be needing page 5, page 6. All right. Page 5 and 6. Page 5 and 6. And then page. So I do have a pen and paper with me. 5 and 6. And then 10 and 11. You're probably wondering why I am doing that is because I will be extracting those pages from this entire document. That's the power of Adobe. I can do that. All right. That's pretty much it, I think. So I did mention to you the reason we are doing this, remember, is because some of these potential subcontractors, they don't have the time to be going through 2 million pages of document. This is 98 pages of document. So imagine they were supposed to go through 98 pages of document before getting back to you on a potential quote to bid on this contract. That is going to take forever. Very few contractors have that capability to go through this and comprehend it entirely in time enough to make you bid on this. So that is where being a middleman comes in. It is your place to understand most of this ahead of time, but you want to make sure you extract portions of this that give them a vivid, more accurate vision of what they will be dealing with. They have to be able to visualize it. Okay. Organize documents. No. There we go. So we did say we want 5 and 6. Okay. 5 and 6. And then 10 and 11. 10 and 11. This is it. Do you see that? That is extract. Extract pages as a separate file. Can you see that? All right. We're gonna create a new folder here. In this folder, we're going to go with that number. Remember what that number is? That is the solicitation ID. And in here, we are going to title this as subquote extract. Ah, my bad. Folder. This is a folder. Select folder. So that should be in that folder. And let me pull up that from my end. There we go. That's what it looks like. Let's go to page 5. This is page 5. And in page 5, we don't need all of this. So what do? Edit PDF. I'm just going to get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. Get this out of the way. Can do that. So we have that. All right. We'll go ahead and save that one. Let's go to the next page. Page 6. We're going to take that out. Edit. That is not required. Or rather, they don't need that. Site visits, we're going to take that off as well. So 5 and 6, all good. Why did I zoom to 400? Let's go back to 100. No, let's do 175. That's better. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. So 5, 6 are good. Let's look at 10. What brought us to 10? All right, let's edit that one. So you can see me, I'm doing this in lifetime. You can see that, right? So we're gonna leave that there. This is good for them. You know, this is good for them. We will take this out. It's all about providing value too. It should be mutually beneficial and it shouldn't be all about just financial. Some of them don't have this information and this will probably help them. So we're gonna leave that in there. This is going to be vital to them. So we will leave that. This looks good. So you're just going in there to find any unnecessary information that they may not need. Can you see that? Okay. All right. Let's save that one. And we got one more to go. This one. If you're asking why I'm taking this information out, I don't want them going to look at the contract. Yeah, some of them may be smart enough, but I don't want that. So this is good. So while we're sending these 4 documents in, we should also remember we do have this, the bid schedule. This is the most important document. This is the most important document. We have to send this one along, so do not forget this. They have to feel this. As a matter of fact, they can neglect the other document if they so care, but we need this. This is what is needed to send in that bid. So when writing an email, we have to emphasize on this. We have to emphasize on this. Okay? Make sense? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There we are. Okay, here we are. What do we want to do next? We want to combine the documents. Capiche? All right, let's go to organize. Combine files, add files. We go to our location. There we go. There they are. All right. We're gonna start top to bottom. Open. There we go. We're gonna combine them. Don't listen. We're not trying to be perfect. I know if you have OCD like me, potentially, you may want to start worrying about, oh, too much space, it doesn't look professional. You're not trying to look professional at this point. You just want to get this out of the way and get it to them. What does this space have to do with them reading this document? It has nothing. So yes, just let the space be there. It's okay. The most important thing is all the information they need is on here. That is it. So we're gonna do this. What did we say this was going to be named? Subquote information. Save. You see that? It's telling you to share track files because this is a professional version. Like I said, if you have the basic version, you will not have all these options. I can even lock this document if I want to, such that it cannot be edited unless they use a password I provide. But I don't need that right now. That only comes in when I am submitting a deal with the subcontractor. Then I lock that document. It cannot be edited. If they want anything to be edited, they have to ask me. So, but right now that is not important. So we have that all the way, and we have our bid schedule. Just in case, save as this PC. So if you follow me, what I'm doing, it should help you also navigate yours. Okay? This PC, I'll go to my case C drive. Am I just getting a brain fart? Yes, I am. This PC. That one. Same thing. It did say you cannot find it. Why? Local term. You know what? No, this one is strange. Desktop. Yeah, we're just gonna do that in documents. Bid schedule. Right. But that don't make no sense though. It wasn't giving me the path I wanted. Why is that? You know what? Let's try that again. Save as, bid schedule. Let's do. Nope, not in that drive. This PC. Let's go to this PC. Local disk C, OBS. There we go. Yeah, for a moment there. I'm just gonna do another copy of, but the bid schedule is since that's a new location. So we have all of that in one file. So that is it. That is pretty much it. So now on here I have everything. I don't need all of these other four. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. The reason I'm deleting that is because you don't want clutter. What are the chances you're gonna make a mistake and just. The reason it won't let me do that is because I have those documents open. How about we go ahead and close that? No, I'm not going to be saving any changes. No. No. That should be it. Let's try that again. Which of them is still open? At this point, let's just close the entire thing. Close all tabs. No. No. Try that again. There we go. So, as much as you're sure about what you just did, continue. It is always imperative that you double check. Don't be just cocky that you have everything. Check it. Can you see? Can you see that? There we go. All right. We're good. So that is it. That is what this is all about. So what I will go ahead now is I'm going to go ahead and draft that email and send that out. If you are interested in seeing how that email, what that potential email looks like, look out for the next video, and then maybe that should be more helpful. Until then, see you. Bye. And do not forget to subscribe. If you are liking this and you want to see more of this, go ahead, subscribe, and leave a like. Or if you have questions, just leave questions in the comment section. I will see them, and most likely I will be addressing every question, every relevant question, that is. So, all right, thank you. Have a great day.